morning's gospel reading, even though it contains no words from Jesus himself, we still call it gospel. But the gospel reading is what's usually called the Annunciation, right? When you hear of Mary that she's going to be pregnant and have a child, and in that Annunciation narrative, there's an angel. And who here remembers how the angel greets Mary? What does the angel say? Who knows how many times that phrase occurs in the Bible? Brian, you know? Well, there's a recent book that's been written about all the times that "do not be afraid" occurs in the Bible. And the exact number is something like 260 something times. So it occurs a lot. Wonder why? So, "do not be afraid" is a customary greeting, and usually when someone tells you not to be afraid, what happens? You're afraid. You get afraid. It's like going to your parents and you're like, I got to tell you something. They're like, okay. And so, yeah, there's something coming that is worthy of fear. So the angel's trying to calm you down. It's a nice caveat to what's going to come next. What would Mary have to fear? A young woman, unwed, sure. What else? Yeah. What people might think. What else though?
She's got a big job.
She's got a big job, right? Sure. And I mean, she's a young woman. All those things are true. She's unwed. It's an angel, right? Bizarre enough. And she's also getting an announcement that her soon-to-be child, which she conceives without the help of a man, right? For feminists in the room, this is a good text for you. The Savior of the world was brought into the world with none of your help. But it's true. And actually, Fannie Lou Hamer, the great civil rights activist, often said that. But then she's in a Roman-occupied territory, right? And so, if the Savior of the world, the Son of David, is going to save the world, then you have to contend with Rome too, right? And Rome was a formidable empire. When people fought Rome, usually they get their best soldiers, right, to advance on an outlying territory. And what did Rome do? Not much, because they knew to get to anywhere that would have any impact, they have to win several battles, and usually their best would lose after one or two. So Rome was like, you've got to win like 20 of those, or us. Not going to bother us. Right? So they're big, militarily, far-reaching, and so there's that to fear, right? Save you from what? Like Roman occupation? I was talking about this last night with Catherine. An analogy today would be to say, you or your kids, someone announces to you that they're going to be the ones to take Amazon down. Like what? Really? How are you going to do that? I mean, like, it's so big and international, right? I mean, it's just like, they're taking out small businesses left and right. And so it seems impossible, is what I'm trying to say. So that's something to be concerned about. But she's afraid, I guess. And then we get this song, the Evangelical. Who else in the Bible sings? Does anyone know? Elizabeth sings, yeah. Miriam sang. Deborah sang. Hannah sang. Any Judiths in here? Anyone named Judith? Judith's got a spicy story, I'll tell you. She seduces a general, and then after doing that, she beheads the guy. And then she sings. So, better than daytime. But yeah, a lot of women sing in the Bible. And usually singers are prophets. And Mary is one such of those women. She's in the company of people who sang, usually after a military victory, or some kind of victory, like the crossing of the sea, for Miriam, or Deborah, who's a judge. So we have all these women who sing, and it's not, sometimes there are men like Barak sings too. But mostly women sing, and they sing usually songs of victory or songs of hope in a situation that is kind of downtrodden. And so Mary's one in line with all these other other women who do this. She's a prophet. And she's singing a song, in a way, of victory, and yet, the next day, nothing has changed. Everything is the same. And I mean, one could argue that, have things really changed since the first century? I mean, yeah, some things have changed. Like, we have toilets in our houses now. That's a big win. But I mean, like things contextually, there's still poor folk, there's still hungry folk, and there's still powerful people who get away with a lot of stuff, right? I mean, so all that's still going on. And yet she sings a song of victory. And I want to take this reflection on Mary and her company with women prophetic singers, and also the quote, "Do not be afraid," into something a bit more personal that I think gets overlooked. How many of you have kids here? How many of you were kids at some point? Whatever. So, what did your parents do, or your mama do when you were a kid? You sang, right? What are the songs? Anyone want to sing one?
Jesus loves me, yes, I do.
Jesus loves me, yes, I do. Right? I mean, there's tons of kid songs, right? I mean, and you might, whatever it is, you've probably been sung to at some point in your life. I think what we get here is a song that Mary sang to Jesus. I mean, right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, some of you may go out there and learn a whole new repertoire for your kids. Probably not. You're probably going to do one that you know or something that's close. So it's probably a song she's saying to Jesus. And I think while the Bible skips over that sort of activity, we can imagine it happening for sure. Of Mary holding the baby Jesus and singing the Magnificat too. And so I say that because Jesus' ministry is really informed by the Magnificat. Or another way to say it is, I think Jesus learned a thing or two from his mama. Right? And sometimes parents talk about to their kids what they want to do or their aspirations, even though they themselves cannot do them. Right? I mean, I want better for my kid. Whether it be an astronaut or a musician or whatever it is. And so Mary's singing this song, and it shapes who Jesus is. It really, really does. Because Jesus seems to be concerned with the poor and the hungry and the sick, and people in need of forgiveness. And so it's a real part of the Christmas story that often gets overlooked. Because even though Jesus is the Son of God, Mary brought up the Son of God. Somebody had to teach him something. And he disobeys, he goes to the temple and all that, just like a kid. But Mary reared him and had him on her lap, and I believe he sang to him. And that's really powerful to think of, because, I mean, Jesus is somebody who, even if a person knows their faith, you say the name Jesus, you pretty much know who that is. And you probably have an opinion about it, one way or another, because it's such a story that most people know. But it all goes back to Mary. It all goes back to Mary who, even though she was afraid, even though the angel put her on guard, she breaks into song. And she sings. And there's so many times in history, or even relatively new history, where people sing a song as a way to get people together, get your hearts and fired up. You play your military beats on your drums, and you get there a little bit more hop in your step. You're getting geared up for a big activity. I mean, with me, I have headphones on, and I'm like trying to get somewhere. You know what I mean? I need to get mentally somewhere in order to do something. So I go to music, and music does that. Today a lot of folks when they get together, like demonstrations and such, they'll do what's called the Jericho walk around the building. Sing the Jericho song where the walls come tumbling down. But it's not like you expect the walls to actually come tumbling down. Your singing's not going to bring it down. Although some people might feel it. None of the people that I know. But you sing it in the hope that change comes. Another great one. Change is going to come. And you keep singing it and singing it and singing it until it freaking happens, right? I just think the change is going to come until it's not like just a song you sing, but a cry, coming from the deepest part of who you are. That's the Magnificat. That's Mary and the baby Jesus, and she's singing to this kid, and she's like, you got to do this for everyone. You know, for people who won't even be around long after I'm gone, you've got to do this. These are the words, this is your creed, this is our manifesto. And she was afraid. And she sang. And it probably wasn't the last time that she was afraid and sang. Because in John's Gospel, we see Mary at the foot of the cross. With her son. It's heartbreaking. She was afraid, maybe she sang. And as much that this song is Jesus' song, it's ours. It's our song. It's a promise from God. It's a promise which says to us, if you are lowly, I will lift you up. If you are hungry, I will give you food. And if people are abusing you or not taking care of you, then I'm going to take care of you. That's the Magnificat. And they're also our marching orders. I mean, that's why we say this thing in worship, so that we know who we are and what we're supposed to do. Who Jesus was and what he did. And how we're going to carry ourselves in the world. It's a song to us, which speaks to us as the children of God. But it comes to us in some way, not necessarily on Mary's lips, but from God's self, through the Bible today. If you're down, I'm going to raise you up. If you're poor, well, I'm going to go get the rich. That's what God says. You know, I mean, that's a cry from the first page of the Bible to the end, pretty much. You know, if you're not taking care of the poor, and if you're hungry, you will be fed. And so, as we prepare today for tomorrow, which is just crazy, right? It's like last year was like tonight we'll have Christmas Eve worship. Now it's tomorrow. Tomorrow, I want you to think about the scene where Jesus is born and Mary and Joseph there and all the strangers and all the livestock and other things. And also think about Mary singing to the baby Jesus. Because you know she did. Because that's what moms do. That's what parents do. And don't think of Jesus as coming out of the womb and knowing exactly everything he had to do. I mean, it was from Jesus' parents that God interacted. I mean, God interacts with their kids through their parents. You know, the same thing with children. Sometimes, kids in the room, God speaks to their parents through the kids. So, that's also the case too. But try and think about that as a really human endeavor. Tonight and tomorrow. The birth of Jesus and the mother and holding the baby and, you know, the awkwardness of like the child and the crying and, you know, the sleeping and the don't wake the babies and all that. I mean, that's what this season is about. About a very real thing. And it was all done for